Hey girl, hey, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm Nessa, and today I am going to show you how to make some Haitian fried green plantains, also known as Bannann Peze or Tostones in Spanish. Now, this video is a bit different from my channel, but ever since you guys saw me eat those crispy fried green plantains on my first vlog, you have been asking me about it, and I figured why not show you how to do it. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and let's do it. This is a very simple recipe, by the way. The first thing is I am going to fill up a bowl halfway through with warm water. I am going to add some salt into it, and I am going to squeeze a lemon. This is about 1/4 of a lemon. I am going to squeeze that in the mixture. So once I'm done with that, I am going to clean my plantain. I love to clean it with soap because that's just me. I am a big germaphobe. You do you. If that doesn't work, that's fine. Then we are going to cut the plantain. So you want to make sure you cut both ends of the plantain. Then once you're done with that, you are going to look for the edges of the plantain, and you are going to use the tip of your knife and run it down each edge of the plantain. Then once you have that done, you are going to be using your finger, preferably your thumb, not your nails, but your finger, so you can peel off the plantain. Now, if the plantain is too big, you may find that you can cut it in half, and it may make the whole peeling process a lot easier for you. Then once you are done with peeling the plantain, you are going to cut it into smaller pieces. You can make diagonal cuts if you want to, or just cut it however you want to. It really doesn't affect anything. I'm going to show you the process here again. So you make sure you cut both ends of the plantain. Then you use the tip of your knife and run it down each edge. Then you are going to use your thumb, not your finger, but your thumb, so that you can remove the skin of the plantain. And once you have that step done, you are going to cut the plantain into smaller pieces. And once you're done with the cutting process, you are going to add the plantain into the water that we made earlier. If you have time, you can leave it on for a few hours if you want to, or you can just kind of like run it through the water. But make sure you drain it because you want to make sure that you remove as much water as possible before you start frying the plantains, because this is going to go in hot oil. And I hope you know that hot oil and water does not mix. You don't want it to be splashing all over your stove, and especially not all over you. Okay, you don't want to get burned. So I am going to be using vegetable oil. You can use either vegetable oil or canola oil or any oil that's meant for deep frying. And I am going to turn my stove on to about medium-high heat, because this is going to be the perfect temperature to fry those plantains without burning them. And keep in mind that this is a 2-step frying process. I'm not touching this. I'm just filling it, and it feels hot enough for me to put the plantains in there. So I am going to try with one. I'm going to test out one. Now this is kind of wet, so you have to be careful so that the oil doesn't, you know, jump on you. Is that the word? You guys know what I mean. Let's see. Perfect temperature. So I'm going to put the rest of them in there. Well, as much as the pot can handle. So you want to make sure you have enough oil in there so that the plantains can be submerged, fully submerged under oil, so that they can cook evenly. If there's not enough oil and you're just frying part of it, it's just not going to cook evenly. So make sure you have enough oil in there. I'm using a wok. You don't, I think I said this right, a wok. So you don't have to use a wok. You just have to use a pan that's deep for you to have enough oil in there, because this is called deep frying. You can also use a deep fryer if you have one, but I am going to let this fry. And pretty much you want to make sure once it starts turning golden brown is when you're going to remove it. And I will show you guys in a few. I don't really have like a set amount of time in my head. It's just, I don't know, I'm used to doing it. I just know, I kind of take a look at it. If it's golden brown, it is good. So you remove it from the fryer, and then you squeeze it, which I will show you guys, and then you fry it a second time. So it's called double frying. So I am going to lower the heat a little bit, just bring it to medium, just because I can see that the bottom of the pan was a little too hot. Like you can see right here, it started to burn a little bit. This is not the kind of golden brown we're talking about. So I'm lowering the heat right now. And then right now we're going to go to step 2 or step 3. I'm not sure which step we're at right now. Okay, so this is what I am going to be using so I can press my plantains. But you honestly don't have to use this. Like you can use the bottom of a bowl like this. As long as it's firm, you can use that to press on the plantains if you don't have one of those. I'll do one like this for you guys. So see? Boom. Perfect. And this is how you know it's cooked properly, because it's easy for you to squeeze it. If it wasn't, you would have a hard time. It would be falling apart. So you can use this, or you can use one of these. If I can find a link for something similar for you, I will have it in the description box. So check that out. Alright, so I have all my plantains ready right here. They are all squeezed, not squeezed, pressed. So now it's time to fry them the second time, which is what's going to make them crispy and tasty and delicious. So once you're done frying them the second time, you are going to sprinkle a little bit more salt on top of it, and you can squeeze a little bit more lemon on top of it. This step is optional. Then you serve it however you want to. In the Haitian culture, this usually goes with some pickles or some type of meat. This I made for dinner for myself and my husband tonight. So I made some yellow rice and some air fried chicken as well. If you guys want to see how I make those, don't hesitate to let me know in the comments. But thank you very much for watching. I will catch you in my next one. Mwah.